Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an author, speaker, and proud father. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. No one is an island. No one is an island. I'm going to tell you what, a very important thing for going through life period are relationships. And I just don't mean male-female relationships, romantic relationships. Your relationships start from the moment you're born because you need a relationship to, at the very least, your mother. And, maybe your father, but there's family members. Then as you get older, extended family members, people in your neighborhood, your school, whatever. And then even when you out in public, you could be that type who say, you could be more introverted or a loner or something like that. So unless you're in a place where you on some remote island where no one comes, and you can go there and, figure out how to get food, grow food, or hunt food, and then create your own shelter, and you just there. You got to deal with people. And you got to go out. And that's everything. In a relationship, anything, I'm going to tell you what, they can be a brief, like having a how you doing to a sales clerk or something, or a cashier or something, to, of course, a full-blown marriage or something like that, friendships, something like that, whatever. Businesses are relationships. Let me get into that. If you performing a service for someone, that's a relationship. That is a relationship because you have to relate to a person. And the way society's built now, it's not impossible just to live by yourself. But remember, like I said, you had to be in a place where you like a cut off from civilization, and you don't have to go to civilization for anything. Because even if you are living in a remote location, some points you might need something from the store. Even some people off the grid, they still have to deal with the rest of society one way or the other. So no one is an island out here, and I want people to realize that. And see, because no one is an island, it's very important that people understand how they are getting through life. That the key to it is how you deal with people. And I don't care what is the situation. I don't care. Whether, even if you live by yourself, let me use that for an example. You still got to deal with people. You got to go on a job somewhere. That's a relationship. Now, someone might get smart and say, well, they could work from home or something. Okay, if you're dealing with somebody by remotely from your computer or nowadays phone, you still got to relate to them. You still got to deal with them. And somebody said, well, they could text. I ain't say you had to talk. You still dealing with them if you texting them or communicating with them. I mean, like business-wise, I've dealt business-wise with some people. I never heard their voices. And even now, I got friends, I've never seen them in person, and I've dealt with business. In fact, when I'm doing like maybe some like coaching or consultations or something, I don't know what the person look like. But that's still a relationship, business relationship, but it's still a relationship, right? And people have to understand that. Now, understanding that a way to succeed in life is to be able to manage your relationships, be in a good position. Be able to deal with people. Because if you can deal with people, you can make it. I don't care what it is. Okay, we know that you need to be able to deal with people if you want a romantic relationship. That's very important to people. But say you want a job, right? Say you just have a regular job. Most cases, you're going to have to deal with people, and not necessarily customers. You got to deal with your coworkers. You got to deal with somebody, and the better you deal with it, the better. Because I'm gonna tell you something now. Let me use a job example. I've been on jobs, and I've been on quite a few jobs where they've had layoffs. They've had layoffs or reduction in force or something like that. And I've noticed an interesting thing. The people who would survive those things were the ones who had a better relationship with the managers. Not necessarily they were the best workers. In fact, they were almost never the best workers, but they had a good relationship. They understood that part. When you in business, the better relationship you have with your customers or the people purchasing stuff from you, either product or services, the better relationship you have, the more work you get. And if you have a good relationship with even a great one, they'll recommend you. That's actually good for business. So it's like no matter what. And then, of course, just living. If you're in a place where you live, and if you got a decent relationship with your neighbors, it's a lot more peaceful than if you don't. So it touches everything. And in order to really have that, we have to realize we are interdependent on each other one way or the other. Like, no one's totally independent. I don't care. If somebody say, well, I'm independent, it's like you hunt for your own food. Or are you dependent on going to a store, them having the stuff, having the food you want? And even then, beyond that, I have some dependency on that truck driver who got the food there. And then whoever made the food before then, and then whoever grew the food or cultivated the animals, if you're a meat eater. It's like, wait a minute. It's so many things. You might be sitting there eating those buffalo wings or something, but somebody had to create them and then get them to the store, and then somebody had to sell them, set it out for you. Or if you go to a restaurant, that food came from somewhere. Somebody had to serve it for you. Like, no matter what, the clothes you wear, did you make them yourself? Or even if you are the type of person who can, like, design your own clothes or something, you got to buy the material from somewhere. Even if it's just going to the store, you can be as quiet as you want, but if you're going to continually buy clothing from a certain place or material from a certain place, you got to have a relationship with that person. It don't have to be a romantic, it could be totally business, but that's still a relationship. You are not an island. No one is an island. And see, once people realize that how interdependent we are on each other, I think the world will be a way better place. Seriously. Like right now, there's a whole lot of issue over racism. But the reality is, especially in this country, no one survives without the other. No one. One way or the other. One way or the other. You might have a problem with a certain racial group, but you don't know that food you eat on your table, that food you eating on that table might have came from a certain person in a meat packing plant or something who happened to be a different race from you. That's how deep all of that is. So we're interdependent. We need, as a group, as a planet, we need to understand that. We're all in a bubble. No one is an island. I want y'all to think on that, okay? I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.